Oh yeah, because I don't know where to wait. They're looking there thinking, oh, what's this? She hasn't got this one started. Not here, she has. No, so they're looking and thinking, yeah. So there's more. There's a lot more.
Happy Sabbath, boys and girls.
Happy Sabbath.
I wasn't expecting this amount of children. Okay. The story I'm about to tell you all today is called The Churn That Wouldn't Stop Churning. Well, once there was a little girl who worked as a maiden for a very cruel mistress, and this mistress had to work hard to support herself so that she could survive. And so the way that she did this was that every day she would give her maiden a bucket of cream from the cow, and she would put it in a container, which was actually a mini machine called a churn. It was very old-fashioned, and what it was a big container, and there would be a long handle in the middle called a dasher, and there would be a lid which had a hole in the middle for the dasher to go through, and we would pump the dasher up and down until the cream turned into nice smooth butter. So this maiden did this for her mistress every day. Every morning this was her regular routine. And you know, she would have to work not just in the morning, but in the, you know, during lunchtime, that time, and also during dinner time. And so there was one time when the maiden was working, and she thought to herself, as the cream was getting at the end of the bottom of the churn, she thought to herself, soon I'll be able to rest my tired arms and my tired feet and my legs and be able to sit down and rest and play for a while. But can you believe it, boys and girls? Just then, just as she was about to sit down and rest, in came her mistress with another bucket of cream and threw it in the churn and said, hey, you can pump that for me. So you can imagine she must have been very tired, but she did it anyway because she had to. So she did it, and then just as the cream was getting near the end of the container, again she thought to herself, soon I'll be able to rest my tired arms and my aching feet and sit down and play. Well, could you believe it? Just then, in came her cruel mistress again and threw in another bucket of cream, for her to pump. Now this time, the maiden was so tired that she just sat down and cried. Can you imagine that? How do you feel if you had to work all day long, you had to wash dishes all day long, and then just as you're about to sit down and play, all of a sudden, in comes your mum or dad with another load full of dishes. You would get tired, wouldn't you? Well, would you like to know, boys and girls, who that maiden is? And would you like to know who that cruel mistress was? Would you like to know what that churn is? Well, I'll tell you. Well, that cruel mistress, believe it or not, that cruel mistress is you and I. And that maiden is your stomach. And the churn is what your stomach does to process or break down your food. Another word for breaking down your food is digestion. It's a very long word, but it means that when your stomach breaks down the food. And you know what? When you eat breakfast, your stomach can handle that. But you know, sometimes we are apt to eat more than we can actually handle. And so we overeat and our stomach gets, you know, full, and we end up having a stomach ache. And then to make things worse, in between breakfast and lunch, sometimes we may have snacks in between, like maybe we have some crisps or a fruit bar or something with chocolate or something like that. And then we have lunch afterwards, and when we have lunch, it's like we're eating a lot of food, and our body can't handle all that food, too much food, and we overeat, which is a big word. We overeat, we eat too much, and then we have dessert, and then we take seconds of dessert, and our body can't take anymore, and then we end up having a stomach ache, and then in between lunch and dinner, there's a couple snacks, and then for dinner we eat too much. So our stomach gets very, very tired. So you can see how our stomach is like the maiden, and we are like the cruel mistress, giving the stomach so much work. But you know what, boys and girls? You can stop your tired stomach from being tired. You know what you can do? Well, whenever you finish breakfast, think of this. You have 5 fingers on your hand, okay? And for between your breakfast and your lunch, you should have at least 5 hours break gap in between with no snacks or anything in between. Now, I know that sounds hard, But at least that way it will keep you healthy and strong. And also between the end of your lunch and the beginning of your dinner, another 5 hours without any snacks in between. And so if you forget that, just remember you have 5 fingers on your hands, and for each finger there's an hour. So whenever you finish your breakfast, think I have 5 fingers, so 1 finger that's the first hour, second finger that's the second hour, the third finger that's the third hour, and so on. And even if you have trouble doing that, you can ask your mom and dad when you get home to remind you that after you finish your breakfast, you have to have at least 5 hours between the end of your breakfast and the beginning of your lunch, and between the end of your lunch and the beginning of your dinner. And that way, boys and girls, you know what, it sounds hard, and you may notice that you're missing your snacks, but you know what, you will not only be healthy and strong, but you'll be able to listen to Jesus when he talks to you to obey your mom and dad. And not just that, but you won't be so tired and sluggish in the day, and you'll get high grades in school, and because you have so much energy, and you'll be able to do a lot of work in the day and do more things for Jesus because it has so much energy, because your body is not overworking.
Amen.
So that's the lesson I want you to remember, okay? Remember that you don't want to overwork your body, you want to be healthy and strong, and you don't want to be sick, do you? So just remember the 5 hours, remember your 5 fingers, and tell your mom and dad when you get home, okay? So I would like you to pray, and I would like you to pray. Okay.
Maybe you should ask this someone. Amen. Amen.
Would you like to pray? Yeah. Who wants to pray? Okay. Dear Father in heaven, we thank you for this story. We pray that you'll help us remember to keep our bodies healthy and strong, not to eat too much and too little, but to eat just enough to keep us going through the day. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Go back to your seats.